8 common reasons why solar watches stop working. Welcome. Exceptional timing's here to help you choose the perfect watch for you. There are various kinds of solar wristwatches by brands like Seiko, Junghans, and Casio, to name a few, and they're all powered by absorbing light. There's no doubt that these brands produce excellent solar watches. However, there are instances whereby the watches could stop working. Now, why is that? Here are the 8 reasons why solar watches stop working. Solar watches have inadequate lighting sometimes, or the battery is obsolete. The battery is inadequately charged. There's not enough natural light. The watch needs servicing. There's water inside the watch. The battery is leaky. The watch lacks proper care. If your solar watch stops working, keep listening as I discuss each of these reasons to help you understand how these problems can affect your solar watch and how you can mitigate or solve them. The solar watches have inadequate lighting. Solar watches require light to operate. This light can be either natural sunlight or artificial light gathered by a solar cell and turned into electrical energy. A rechargeable battery stores the power, allowing the watch to move. Problems may occur, however, when there's not enough light to operate the watch. You need to ensure that there's a powerful enough light source to energize a solar watch. The best way to charge your wristwatch is to position the dial directly towards a bright light. For example, if it's cloudy outside and you need to power up your watch, put it under a lamp. The battery is obsolete. There may be instances where your watch simply refuses to charge. This may mean that your rechargeable battery is obsolete. A solar-powered watch's battery typically won't need to be replaced as it can last 10 years. After a decade or so, you should look into swapping out your battery. You can take your watch to a watchmaker to have the battery replaced. The battery is inadequately charged. Anything that needs charging typically has a specific period that's required until it has a sufficient amount of energy. If you're noticing that your solar watch's timer is off, then you may not be exposing it to enough light, or it's not charging for long enough. An hour out of every day is more than enough time to keep a solar watch going for quite a while. But that's if you often have sunny weather or powerful enough artificial lighting. If there's not enough light to provide your watch with power, it won't charge. It takes approximately a month to reach a complete charge, which can be hard to do in some environments. There's not enough natural light. You might assume that the fluorescent lights of your office cubicle or your desk lamp are enough to charge your solar light. And you'd be half right. While these types of watches can absorb even awful office light, they can't run off it forever. Natural lighting does a much better job providing fuel to solar wristwatches than any artificial source ever can. A cloudy day is preferable alternative to your desk lamp. To put this in perspective, charging your watch outdoors on a sunny day provides 1000 lux. Lux is the quantification of light intensity. Exposure to 1000 lux provides enough energy to charge your phone for about half a day in around 2 minutes. In comparison, artificial lights only provide 3000 lux and need about 40 minutes recharge for an entire day. So, you could get enough power to last for about 24 hours in 12 minutes or so. The watch needs servicing. Solar watches, believe it or not, need servicing. If you're experiencing slower movement in your watch, you should check the inner mechanics. Your watch may need some fresh lubricant to unstick the mechanical pieces. If the wristwatch completely stops and doesn't charge, there could be damage on the inside. You can take the timepiece to a watchmaker to check and repair if it's broken. Electrical issues, mechanical problems, and oxidation are a few common problems that happen to solar watches. These devices need to be serviced every 3 to 5 years to prevent severe or worse permanent damage. There's water inside the watch. While water-resistant electronics stand a better chance against water damage, sometimes it's unavoidable. A solar watch's silicon gaskets prevent water from getting inside and ruining the inner mechanisms. Unfortunately, water can get inside if the gaskets are damaged or lack oil. It's not just water that can ruin your watch though. Soap from hand or dishwashing can wreck a watch too. Soap can dissolve the gasket oil, then the gasket material itself. When that happens, there's nothing to stop water from getting inside. The battery is leaky. There are 2 ways to tell if you've got a leaky battery. You can try taking the watch outside and charging it in the sun. If your watch stops once you've stopped charging it, then the battery is probably leaky. Another way to spot a battery leakage is if the watch stops working in darkened areas. It's not unusual for electronics that have been stored for a while to have incredibly corrosive battery acid. Not only can this burn through the battery and destroy the device, but it can also cause skin burns. The watch lacks proper care. In general, electronics that are handled well are likely to work better and for a long period of time. Although a battery can generally last for 10 years, you'll still need to service your watch every 3 to 5 years. Servicing doesn't just pertain to battery issues though, you can have gaskets and lubrication looked over and replaced too. You also have to be careful about how long you store your watch. As mentioned earlier, a watch stored for too long can become damaged and even dangerous. There's also the matter of power loss. If a solar watch is left alone for too long, it loses power. That said, you may want to wear your watch regularly to ensure it doesn't get bad in storage. Also, many solar watches aren't waterproof, but water resistant, meaning they can get damaged by a heavy pour or when submerged in water. You should avoid its contact with water as much as possible. Thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe on YouTube so you can find the rest of our videos and explore further articles at exceptionaltiming.com.